The night hangs heavy with wartime hush, lantern light trembling on crowded streets, and my heart moves like a curtain pulled half open in a room I shouldn't enter. Your voice lingers in the smoke, soft as silk brushing against locked doors, a warn forbidden by the city's watchful blinking windows. Between the footsteps echoing outside, I forget the distance carved between us, guided only by the faint tremor you left on my quiet guarded prayer. If your shadow crosses mine again in this city of secrets and dim corridors, the calm I've built around myself will ripple like paper in winter wind. So I turn away slowly like a whisper swallowed by the fog, letting the restless night keep what my heart still reaches for. The night drifts slowly across my window, humming a waltz it barely remembers. Piano shadows circle the quiet room, tracing steps I once walked alone. A soft tremble moves through the air like snow deciding where to fall. The rhythm sways with fragile patience, teaching my heartbeat how to breathe. Your memory glows in distant corners, faint as lantern light in winter fog. I reach for it without meaning to, touching only the warmth it left behind. The floor creaks under gentle pulses, a ghost of the waltz that stirred my thoughts. It turns again in a quiet circle, carrying echoes I tried to hide. The window slips into silver calm, catching the shimmer of falling night. I watch each fragment drift away, as though time could be gathered in my hands. The room softens into pale blue hush, a breath held just before morning. My shadow leans into the rhythm, following its delicate invitation. I hear your voice inside the pauses, warm as a secret the dawn won't keep. It brushes against my careful silence, refusing to fade completely. The waltz dissolves into steady light, letting the melody open wider. Yet I still feel the gentle turning, a quiet pull beneath the calm. Snow settles on distant rooftops, whispering truths I cannot name. I gather them like fleeting sparks, hoping one might steady my breath. The horizon stretches into gold, soft as forgiveness I never asked for. I step into the widening glow, carrying the last trace of night. If you return within this stillness, walk softly through the shifting light. The dawn is fragile and listening, waiting for something unspoken. Until then, I keep the rhythm close, folded beneath the quiet morning. Its pulse lingers in my chest, gentle as a promise I can't release. And as daylight settles around me, I carry the fading waltz into the day. Rain threads through the narrow alleys, quiet as someone trying not to be seen. I walk beneath the trembling street lamps, counting the breaths I shouldn't take. Your memory slips between the puddles, soft, persistent, impossible to avoid. The night leans in around me, heavy with things left unsaid. A gust of wind carries your scent, faint as a promise broken twice. My steps falter on the slick stone, haunted by what almost was. The city listens with shuttered windows, pretending not to hear my pulse. Every corner echoes your name, though my lips refuse to speak it. I pause under a dim red lantern, letting the glow unravel my guard. If you were here beside me now, the walls I built would crumble easily. But the rain keeps us apart, drawing lines we dare not cross. I steady my breath against the cold, trying to hold myself together. Your shadow appears in my mind again, clearer than the world before me. I reach for it without moving, afraid of what touch might mean. The street swallows my footsteps one by one into its wet silence. And as I fade deeper into the night, I cling to the warmth you left. A warmth that refuses to die. pavement, mirroring a sky too heavy to hold itself. I walk slowly, afraid the night might hear the thoughts I'm hiding. Your name rises in my chest again, soft as a bruise. I keep pressing, each step feels borrowed, as if the street knows I shouldn't be here. I pass a shuttered doorway where your shadow once lingered. The memory flickers like wet lantern light, unreliable yet impossible to ignore. I steady my breath at the corner, trying to keep my heart from turning back. But distance folds easily in the dark, and suddenly you are close again, not in body but in the ache you left. The city murmurs around me, pretending it doesn't recognize our sin. Your touch returns in fragments, brief, trembling, dangerously warm. I tighten my coat to hide the shiver, but the night sees everything. If love were only longing, we might have survived it. But truth is sharper than desire, cutting the path between us clean. I pause beneath an old signboard, its red glow fading like the hope I denied. Your breath drifts through memory in a way that feels far too near. If I turned this moment, your ghost would meet my eyes. So I walk on carefully, letting the wet street erase my steps. What we were is lost to darkness now, yet somehow still burning. The night drifts slowly across my window, humming a waltz it barely remembers. Piano shadows circle the quiet room, tracing steps I once walked alone. A soft tremble moves through the air, like snow deciding where to fall. The rhythm sways with fragile patience, teaching my heartbeat how to breathe. Your memory glows in distant corners, faint as lantern light in winter fog. I reach for it without meaning to, touching only the warmth it left behind. The floor creaks under gentle pulses, a ghost of the waltz that stirred my thoughts. It turns again in a quiet circle, carrying echoes I tried to hide. The window slips into silver calm, catching the shimmer of falling night. I watch each fragment drift away, as though time could be gathered in my hand. The room softens into pale blue hush, a breath held just before morning. My shadow leans into the rhythm, following its delicate invitation. I hear your voice inside the pauses, warm as a secret the dawn won't keep. It brushes against my careful silence, refusing to fade completely. The waltz dissolves into steady light, letting the melody open wider. Yet I still feel the gentle turning, a quiet pull beneath the calm. Snow settles on distant rooftops, whispering truths I cannot name. I gather them like fleeting sparks, hoping one might steady my breath. The horizon stretches into gold, soft as forgiveness I never asked for. I step into the widening glow, carrying the last trace of night. If you return within this stillness, walk softly through the shifting light. The dawn is fragile and listening, waiting for something unspoken. Until then I keep the rhythm close, folded beneath the quiet morning. Its pulse lingers in my chest, gentle as a promise I can't release. And as daylight settles around me, I carry the fading walls into the day. Lantern light brushes your shoulder as you step quietly into the room, moving with the hesitation of someone holding too many thoughts. The air shifts around us slowly, warm where it used to be cold. I watch your eyes search the corners before they settle gently on mine. Your presence pulls me inward, a tide I pretend not to feel. The chair creaks softly as a fragile sound in the silent night. You lean forward slightly, hands folded in deliberate calm. The distance between us tightens, thin as a silk thread drawn too long. I keep my breath even though it falters beneath the tension. Outside the city murmurs warnings, but here the world feels suspended. You glance toward my hands as if reading every quiet thought. Your shadow stretches across the wall, trembling like something unspoken. I almost speak your name aloud, almost let the truth slip free, but fear steadies my tongue. You shift once more, closer than before, and the room narrows around us. My heart moves first, longing for what I cannot reach. You rise at last, slow and uncertain, as if leaving is its own confession. Your warmth lingers behind you, soft as a promise we deny. I sit alone in the dim light, feeling the echo of your almost touch. Your coat lies across the chair, as if waiting for you to return. The fabric still carries your warmth, stubborn and lingering in the dim air. I brush my fingers near it once, pretending the moment was accidental. You watch quietly from across the room, your gaze neither soft nor cold, just impossibly present. The lamp flickers low between us, drawing slow shadows on the table. I fold my hands together tightly, hoping you won't notice the tremor. You step closer without sound, and the space bends inward. My breath catches halfway, caught in the gravity you carry. You tilt your head slightly, eyes tracing the line of my jaw, as if memorizing something fragile. The silence grows warm and heavy, filling all the places words avoid. I look down to escape your gaze, but I feel it linger on my skin. Your fingers rest on the table edge, close enough to change everything. For a moment a sound that loosens my heart. Then you turn away slowly, as if leaving hurts more than staying. Your warmth fades from the air, but the ache remains beside me. The corridor holds the last breath of light as your shadow moves across mine, slow enough to stir a warmth I try so carefully to hide. Outside the city murmurs warnings through half-closed windows, but here in this dim and trembling room your nearness softens every barricade I built to keep myself steady. Lanterns sway like restless thoughts, their glow outlining the distance we pretend is safer than truth. Your silence settles on my skin like smoke, learning my name, warm, patient, and impossible to forget, even when I look away. I steady my breath, hoping the thrum inside my chest stays quiet enough not to betray the storm you cause. Yet the air between us grows thin and fragile, as if one more glance could undo everything we've sworn to protect. So I remain in this careful space, close enough to feel your presence, far enough to keep the world intact. Longing moves like slow water, filling every unguarded corner of the night. A secret we both cradle gently, afraid it'll shatter if either of us speaks its name. Your hands never reach for me, but the room remembers you in the arrangement of shadows and breath. Even the floorboards hold still, waiting for steps we never dare to take, listening for the confession we only speak in silence. If the night were kinder, it might let us forget the consequences. If I were braver, I might let the truth fall first. But in times like these, desire survives only quietly in the corners of the heart that no one else sees. So we linger where the light softens, two stories pull close, yet unable to touch. I turn away slowly, not to leave you behind, but to keep us from unraveling in the gravity of what could be. And when the dawn creeps in, I still feel your echo beside me, soft as a promise we never dare to speak aloud. words rise in my throat long before I can shape them. You sit close enough to hear my breath, but far enough to deny its meaning. Your presence warms the cold table, a heat I pretend not to sense. I trace the rim of my glass slowly, drawing circles around trapped thoughts. You lean back in your chair, studying the tremor in my hands. The moment thickens around us, soft, heavy, impossible to escape. I shift my gaze to the window, watching shadows blur beneath lanterns. But your silence pulls me back, gentle as an unspoken plea. Your breath brushes the quiet air, changing the shape of the room. If I spoke now, my voice would betray everything. So I swallow the rising confession, letting it burn as it travels down. Your eyes soften briefly, as if sensing the truth anyway. You tap your finger once, a tiny sound with too much weight. I almost answer, almost break, but restraint catches me mid-breath. You rise slowly from your seat, the chair whispering farewell. You hesitate at the doorway, as if waiting for me to speak. But the words stay locked inside, pressing hard against my ribs. When you finally leave the room, the silence becomes unbearable. What I didn't say lingers louder than anything spoken. The room holds a quiet breath as you close the door behind you. Your presence shifts the air in ways I pretend not to feel. The lamplight trembles softly, drawing shadows across your face, like secrets hesitant to speak. I keep my hands still, though they ache to move closer. Your gaze lingers on the floor, then rises slowly toward me. The moment hangs fragile between us, thin as a thread pulled too tight. Outside, the city whispers warnings, but inside, everything softens. Your breath moves faintly in the room, warm enough to stir my heart. I look away to stay steady, pretending the distance is chosen. You shift again, quiet and careful, and the space changes shape. If I reached for you now, the night would not survive it. So I remain still, composed, feeling the weight of your silence. You turn to leave, and the air grows cold behind you. Fog drifts over the harbor lights, soft as a secret the sea refuses to tell. I watch the waves pulse in the dark, steady, patient, unbearably calm. Your voice rises in my memory, a whisper carried by distant horns. It follows me down the quiet streets, binding my steps to what I left behind. I slip into a narrow passageway, shadows bending with the wind. Each echo feels like a question I no longer know how to answer. The pavement glistens under the mist, reflecting pieces of a life undone. If I close my eyes too long, I see you standing just ahead. My heartbeat breaks its rhythm, guilt and longing sharing the same breath. The night leans forward around me, listening for the truth I hide. A lantern flickers above the door frame, painting the air in trembling lines. I reach out, not to touch it, but to steady the part of me shaking. Across the alley a window opens, warm light spilling into the cold. For a moment the world feels kind enough for us to exist again. But the thought slips away quickly, buried beneath the harbor's low side. The fog curls around my coat like down the narrow shutters, drawing silver lines over a city that pretends it hears nothing. My heart follows each trembling drop like a secret pacing behind closed doors. The air is thick with quiet warnings, the kind that live in hallways where light barely touches the floor. I walk as though the night might shatter if I breathe too deeply. Your scent lingers in the damp air, soft as faded ink on old letters, never meant to be open again. Yet the memory of your touch moves through me like quiet fire. Slow, deliberate, impossible to forget. On the street below, footsteps pass like echoes of a life I can't return to. I steady my hands, but they remember the warmth that should have never been mine. In the hush where curfews settle, I lose the path I promised to keep, held only by the faint warmth you left on the edge of my breath, a warmth that rises even now, betraying every calm I try to build. If your shadow crosses mine again along these rain-polished corridors, the walls I raised around my heart will loosen like silk in winter wind, and I fear what would remain once the last thread gives way. A harbor horn sounds in the distance, deep and lonely, reminding me how easily night swallows everything. So I step back from the window, letting the fog claim its shape again. I retreat into the night slowly, each step absorbed by the wet, dark street, as though the city itself is trying to erase my trace. Let it try. For I carry the truth quietly, too heavy to speak, too fragile to hold. And in the final fading glow of lanterns trembling in the mist, I let the restless night keep what my heart still reaches for, even as I walk away. Your hand rests on the table's edge, close enough to lure mine forward. The distance trembles like candle flame, thin, warm, dangerously alive. I steady my breathing carefully, trying to keep my heart from revealing too much. You shift your weight slightly, and the quiet reshapes itself around The clock ticks soft and slow, measuring every avoided choice. Your eyes drift toward my fingers, pausing just long enough to break me. I look away with practiced restraint, though my pulse betrays me instantly. The lantern light softens your features, turning the air almost tender. You lean closer without meaning to, a movement subtle but unraveling. My breath catches halfway, caught between longing and fear. Your fingers twitch once on the wood, a gesture small yet devastating. I almost reach toward you, almost cross the line we guard, but the night holds its breath and I pull my hand back slowly. The silence between us deepens, warm, fragile, unbearably precise. You rise with a quiet exhale, a sound too soft to hide the ache. You pause beside your chair, closing your eyes for a moment. Then you turn toward the door, gentle in your departure. Your warmth trails behind you, and the space you leave feels louder than your presence. Your footsteps hesitate at the doorway, as if deciding whether the night allows entry. The pause sends a tremor through me, gentle but undeniable. You step inside slowly, quiet as dust settling on an old floor. The air warms by a single degree, enough for my breath to shift. You remove your gloves with care, placing them on the table, as though marking a moment between us. I sit straighter than I need to, pretending calm I don't feel. Your gaze drifts upward toward me, soft, careful, impossibly steady. I look away too quickly and feel your eyes follow after. The room tightens around our silence, thin and fragile but persistent. You take a seat across from me, and the chair's quiet sigh echoes through my ribs. Your hand brushes the edge of the table, a I swallow the ache rising in my throat, holding everything in its place. When you finally stand to leave, your shadow stays a second longer. You turn your back with quiet resolve, but your absence hurts like confession. The door closes gently, leaving the truth trembling in the room. The night hangs heavy with wartime hush, lantern light trembling on crowded streets, and my heart moves like a curtain pulled half open in a room I shouldn't enter. Your voice lingers in the smoke, soft as silk brushing against locked doors, a warn forbidden by the city's watchful blinking windows. Between the footsteps echoing outside, I forget the distance carved between us, guided only by the faint tremor you left on my quiet guarded breath. If your shadow crosses mine again in this city of secrets and dim corridors, the calm I've built around myself will ripple like paper in winter wind. So I turn away slowly like a whisper swallowed by the fog, letting the restless night keep what my heart still reaches for. The night drifts slowly across my window, humming a waltz it barely remembers. Piano shadows circle the quiet room, tracing steps I once walked alone. A soft tremble moves through the air like snow deciding where to fall. The rhythm sways with fragile patience, teaching my heartbeat how to breathe. Your memory glows in distant corners, faint as lantern light in winter fog. I reach for it without meaning to, touching only the warmth it left behind. The floor creaks under gentle pulses, a ghost of the waltz that stirred my thoughts. It turns again in a quiet circle, carrying echoes I tried to hide. The window slips into silver calm, catching watching the shimmer of falling night. I watch each fragment drift away as though time could be gathered in my hands. The room softens into pale blue hush, a breath held just before morning. My shadow leans into the rhythm, following its delicate invitation. I hear your voice inside the pauses, warm as a secret the dawn won't keep. It brushes against my careful silence, refusing to fade completely. The waltz dissolves into steady light, letting the melody open wider. Yet I still feel the gentle turning, a quiet pull beneath the calm. Snow settles on distant rooftops, whispering truths I cannot name. I gather them like fleeting sparks, hoping one might steady my breath. The horizon stretches into gold, soft as forgiveness I never asked for. I step into the widening glow, carrying the last trace of night. If you return within this stillness, walk softly through the shifting light. The dawn is fragile and listening, waiting for something unspoken. Until then, I keep the rhythm close, folded beneath the quiet morning. Its pulse lingers in my chest, gentle as a promise I can't release. And as daylight settles around me, I carry the fading waltz into the day. Rain threads through the narrow alleys, quiet as someone trying not to be seen. I walk beneath the trembling street lamps, counting the breaths I shouldn't take. Your memory slips between the puddles, soft, persistent, impossible to avoid. The night leans in around me, heavy with things left unsaid. A gust of wind carries your scent, faint as a promise broken twice. My steps falter on the slick stone, haunted by what almost was. The city listens with shuttered windows, pretending not to hear my pulse. Every corner echoes your name, though my lips refuse to speak it. I pause under a dim red lantern, letting the glow unravel my guard. If you were here beside me now, the walls I built would crumble easily. But the rain keeps us apart, drawing lines we dare not cross. I steady my breath against the cold, trying to hold myself together. Your shadow appears in my mind again, clearer than the world before me. I reach for it without moving, afraid of what touch my steps one by one into its wet silence, and as I fade deeper into the night, I cling to the warmth you left, a warmth that refuses to die. Rain pools along the cracked pavement, mirroring a sky too heavy to hold itself. I walk slowly, afraid the night might hear the thoughts I'm hiding. Your name rises in my chest again, soft as a bruise. I keep pressing, each step feels borrowed, as if the street knows I shouldn't be here. I pass a shuttered doorway where your shadow once lingered. The memory flickers like wet lantern light, unreliable yet impossible to ignore. I steady my breath at the corner, trying to keep my heart from turning back. But distance folds easily in the dark, and suddenly you are close again, not in body but in the ache you left. The city murmurs around me, pretending it doesn't recognize our sin. Your touch returns in fragments, brief, trembling, dangerously warm. I tighten my coat to hide the shiver, but the night sees everything. If love were only longing, we might have survived it. But truth is sharper than desire, cutting the path between us clean. I pause beneath an old signboard, its red glow fading like the hope I denied. Your breath drifts through memory in a way that feels far too near. If I turned this moment, your ghost would meet my eyes. So I walk on carefully, letting the wet street erase my steps. What we were is lost to darkness now, yet somehow still burning. The night drifts slowly across my window, humming a waltz it barely remembers. Piano shadows circle the quiet room, tracing steps I once walked alone. A soft tremble moves like snow deciding where to fall. The rhythm sways with fragile patience, teaching my heartbeat how to breathe. Your memory glows in distant corners, faint as lantern light in winter fog. I reach for it without meaning to, touching only the warmth it left behind. The floor creaks under gentle pulses, a ghost of the waltz that stirred my thoughts. It turns again in a quiet circle, carrying echoes I tried to hide. The window slips into silver calm, catching the shimmer of falling night. I watch each fragment drift away, as though time could be gathered in my hand. The room softens into pale blue hush, a breath held just before morning. My shadow leans into the rhythm, following its delicate invitation. I hear your voice inside the pauses, warm as a secret the dawn won't keep. It brushes against my careful silence, refusing to fade completely. The waltz dissolves into steady light, letting the melody open wider. Yet I still feel the gentle turning, a quiet pull beneath the calm. Snow settles on distant rooftops, whispering truths I cannot name. I gather them like fleeting sparks, hoping one might steady my breath. The horizon stretches into gold, soft as forgiveness I never asked for. I step into the widening glow, carrying the last trace of night. If you return within this stillness, walk softly through the shifting light. The dawn is fragile and listening, waiting for something unspoken. Until then I keep the rhythm close, folded beneath the quiet morning. Its pulse lingers in my chest, gentle as a promise I can't release. And as daylight settles around me, I carry the fading walls into the day. ease your shoulder as you step quietly into the room, moving with the hesitation of someone holding too many thoughts. The air shifts around us slowly, warm where it used to be cold. I watch your eyes search the corners before they settle gently on mine. Your presence pulls me inward, a tide I pretend not to feel. The chair creaks softly as you sit, a fragile sound in the silent night. You lean forward slightly, hands folded in deliberate calm. The distance between us tightens, thin as a silk thread drawn too long. I keep my breath even though it falters beneath the tension. Outside the city murmurs warnings, but here the world feels suspended. You glance toward my hands as if reading every quiet thought. Your shadow stretches across the wall, trembling like something unspoken. I almost speak your name aloud, almost let the truth slip free, but fear steadies my tongue. You shift once more, closer than before, and the room narrows around us. My heart moves first, longing for what I cannot reach. You rise at last, slow and uncertain, as if leaving is its own confession. Your warmth lingers behind you, soft as a promise we denied. I sit alone in the dim light, feeling the echo of your almost touch. Your coat lies across the chair, as if waiting for you to return. The fabric still carries your warmth, stubborn and lingering in the dim air. I brush my fingers near it once, pretending the moment was accidental. You watch quietly from across the room, your gaze neither soft nor cold, just impossibly present. The lamp flickers low between us, drawing slow shadows on the table. I fold my hands together tightly, hoping you won't notice the tremor. You step closer without sound, and the space bends inward. breath catches halfway, caught in the gravity you carry. You tilt your head slightly, eyes tracing the line of my jaw, as if memorizing something fragile. The silence grows warm and heavy, filling all the places words avoid. I look down to escape your gaze, but I feel it linger on my skin. Your fingers rest on the table edge, close enough to change everything. For a moment I almost reach out, almost choose the danger, but I steady myself instead, letting restraint hold the room together. You exhale softly, a sound that loosens my heart. Then you turn away slowly, as if leaving hurts more than staying. Your warmth fades from the air, but the ache remains beside me. The corridor holds the last breath of light as your shadow moves across mine, slow enough to stir a warmth I try so carefully to hide. Outside the city murmurs warnings through half-closed windows, but here in this dim and trembling room your nearness softens every barricade I built to keep myself steady. Lanterns sway like restless thoughts, their glow outlining the distance we pretend is safer than truth. Your silence settles on my skin like smoke, learning my name, warm, patient, and impossible to forget, even when I look away. I steady my breath, hoping the thrum inside my chest stays quiet enough not to betray the storm you cause. Yet the air between us grows thin and fragile, as if one more glance could undo everything we've sworn to protect. So I remain in this careful space, close enough to feel your presence, far enough to keep the world intact. Longing moves like slow water, filling every unguarded corner of the night. A secret we both cradle gently, afraid it'll shatter if either of us speaks its name. Your hands never reach for me, but the room remembers you in the arrangement of shadows and breath. Even the floorboards hold still, waiting for steps we never dare to take, listening for the confession we only speak in silence. If the night were kinder, it might let us forget the consequences. If fall first. But in times like these, desire survives only quietly in the corners of the heart that no one else sees. So we linger where the light softens, two stories pull close, yet unable to touch. I turn away slowly, not to leave you behind, but to keep us from unraveling in the gravity of what could be. And when the dawn creeps in, I still feel your echo beside me, soft as a promise we never dare to speak aloud. The words rise in my throat long before I can shape them. You sit close enough to hear my breath, but far enough to deny its meaning. Your presence warms the cold table, the heat I pretend not to sense. I trace the rim of my glass slowly, drawing circles around trapped thoughts. You lean back in your chair, studying the tremor in my hands. The moment thickens around us, soft, heavy, impossible to escape. I shift my gaze to the window, watching shadows blur beneath lanterns. But your silence pulls me back, gentle as an unspoken plea. Your breath brushes the quiet air, changing the shape of the room. If I spoke now, my voice would betray everything. So I swallow the rising confession, letting it burn as it travels down. Your eyes soften briefly, as if sensing the truth anyway. You tap your finger once, a tiny sound with too much weight. I almost answer, almost break, but restraint catches me mid-breath. You rise slowly from your seat, the chair whispering farewell. You hesitate at the doorway, as if waiting for me to speak. But the words stay locked inside, pressing hard against my ribs. When you finally leave the room, the silence becomes unbearable. what I didn't say lingers louder than anything spoken. The room holds a quiet breath as you close the door behind you. Your presence shifts the air in ways I pretend not to feel. The lamplight trembles softly, drawing shadows across your face, like secrets hesitant to speak. I keep my hands still, though they ache to move closer. Your gaze lingers on the floor, then rises slowly toward me. The moment hangs fragile between us, thin as a thread pulled too tight. Outside, the city whispers warnings, but inside, everything softens. Your breath moves faintly in the room, warm enough to stir my heart. I look away to stay steady, pretending the distance is chosen. You shift again, quiet and careful, and the space changes shape. If I reached for you now, the night would not survive it. So I remain still, composed, feeling the weight of your silence. You turn to leave, and the air grows cold behind you. Fog drifts over the harbor lights, soft as a secret the sea refuses to tell. I watch the waves pulse in the dark, steady, patient, unbearably calm. Your voice rises in my memory, a whisper carried by distant horns. It follows me down the quiet streets, binding my steps to what I left behind. I slip into a narrow passageway, shadows bending with the wind. Each echo feels like a question I no longer know how to answer. The pavement glistens under the mist, reflecting pieces of a life undone. If I close my eyes too long, I see you standing speaking. Across the alley a window opens, warm light spilling into the cold. For a moment the world feels kind enough for us to exist again. But the thought slips away quickly, buried beneath the harbor's low side. The fog curls around my coat like hands urging me to leave. So I turn toward the darker streets, carrying the broken brightness of you into a night that forgets everything. Rain slips down the narrow shutters, drawing silver lines over a city that pretends it hears nothing. My heart follows each trembling drop like a secret pacing behind closed doors. The air is thick with quiet warnings, the kind that live in hallways where light barely touches the floor. I walk as though the night might shatter if I breathe too deeply. Your scent lingers in the damp air, soft as faded ink on old letters, never meant to be open again. Yet the memory of your touch moves through me like quiet fire. Slow, deliberate, impossible to forget. On the street below, footsteps pass like echoes of a life I can't return to. I steady my hands, but they remember the warmth that should have never been mine. In the hush where curfews settle, I lose the path I promised to keep, held only by the faint warmth you left on the edge of my breath, a warmth that rises even now, betraying every calm I try to build. If your shadow crosses mine again along these rain-polished corridors, the walls I raised around my heart will loosen like silk in winter wind, and I fear what would remain once the last thread gives way. A harbor horn sounds in the distance, deep and lonely, reminding me how easily night swallows everything. So I step back from the window, letting the fog claim its shape again. I retreat into the night slowly, each step absorbed by the wet, dark street. as though the city itself is trying to erase my trace. So let it try. For I carry the truth quietly, too heavy to speak, too fragile to hold. And in the final fading glow of lanterns trembling in the mist, I let the restless night keep what my heart still reaches for, even as I walk away. Your hand rests on the table's edge, close enough to lure mine forward. The distance trembles like candle flame, thin, warm, dangerously alive. I steady my breathing carefully, trying to keep my heart from revealing too much. You shift your weight slightly, and the quiet reshapes itself around us. The clock ticks soft and slow, measuring every avoided choice. Your eyes drift toward my fingers, pausing just long enough to break me. I look away with practiced restraint, though my pulse betrays me instantly. The lantern light softens your features, turning the air almost tender. You lean closer without meaning to, a movement subtle but unraveling. My breath catches halfway, caught between longing and fear. Your fingers twitch once on the wood, a gesture small yet devastating. I almost reach toward you, almost cross the line we guard, but the night holds its breath and I pull my hand back slowly. The silence between us deepens, warm, fragile, unbearably precise. You rise with a quiet exhale, a sound too soft to hide the ache. You pause beside your chair, closing your eyes for a moment. Then you turn toward the door, gentle in your departure. Your warmth trails behind you, and the space you leave feels louder than your presence. footsteps hesitate at the doorway, as if deciding whether the night allows entry. The pause sends a tremor through me, gentle but undeniable. You step inside slowly, quiet as dust settling on an old floor. The air warms by a single degree, enough for my breath to shift. You remove your gloves with care, placing them on the table, as though marking a moment between us. I sit straighter than I need to, pretending calm I don't feel. Your gaze drifts upward toward me. Soft, careful, impossibly steady. I look away too quickly and feel your eyes follow after. The room tightens around our silence, thin and fragile but persistent. You take a seat across from me, and the chair's quiet sigh echoes through my ribs. Your hand brushes the edge of the table, a movement small yet shattering. My heartbeat stumbles once, then twice, louder than the clock behind us. You tilt your head in thought, eyes lingering longer than safe. I swallow the ache rising in my throat, holding everything in its place. When you finally stand to leave, your shadow stays a second longer. You turn your back with quiet resolve, but your absence hurts like confession. The door closes gently, leaving the truth trembling.